Okay guys, are you ready to put your dream to the test? What we're going to do is go over fantastic book, John C. Maxwell, Put Your Dream to the Test. It's late at night. I'm going to go ahead and film this so that way anybody that wants to see it can see it. Anybody that wants to, preview it, kind of skip through, see if this is really going to make sense to them. The number one thing is most people don't have a dream. So if you don't have a dream to start with, my first suggestion would be to actually go through the 10 different assignments to actually building a dream, and then come back to this second and walk through the rest of it with us. But I'm going to walk through, if you haven't already gotten this, this is actually the workbook, fill in the blank, and you can go to the subscription underneath this video, and you can actually put your name, put your email in, and we will send you this for free. It's actually the entire workbook done by John C. Maxwell, fill in the blank, and you can follow along with us and fill in the blank every day as we put your dream to the test. There's actually 10 chapters, so there'll be 10 sections to this in 10 days. Or if the whole thing's filmed and you're watching it kind of after the fact, you can sit down and watch the whole thing in one day, whatever makes sense to you. And then make sure that you follow up afterwards and kind of look through your dreams and make sure it actually matches. So this is 10 questions that will help you see it and then help you seize it by John C. Maxwell. Introduction. Most people I know have a dream. Now this is John C. Maxwell talking about this. I think most people who buy a book about dreams probably have a dream. Most people have no idea how to achieve their dreams though. They really don't know how to break them down. And I'm just going to kind of go, my desire is to be one of those encouraging teachers. This is from the book. He said, I want you to prepare you to put your dream to the test so that you can actually achieve it. How? I believe that if you know the right questions to ask yourself and kind of evaluate, that you'll be able to actually, in an affirmative way, you will have an excellent chance of actually being able to achieve your dreams. The more questions you can ask yourself positively, the greater the likelihood of success. That's the reason he said he wrote this entire book. So, his definition of a dream that can be put to the test, to pass the actual test, is a dream is an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, will, emotions, empowering you to do everything you can to achieve it. A genuine dream is a picture or a blueprint of a person's purpose and potential. So those are the first two fill in the blanks, purpose and potential. 4 common reasons why people have trouble identifying their dreams. Some people are discouraged basically by others. And I don't know if you've been in a position where you've been discouraged by others. You say, hey, I think I'm going to go do this. I think I'm going to go to school. I think I'm going to be a doctor. I think I'm going to be a lawyer. I think I want to be a martial artist. I think I want to go do anything. I want to climb a mountain. I want to build a car. And you'll have those people who will stop you, or at least try to stop you. Other people like, that's dumb. Why would you want to do that? Number 2, some people are hindered by past disappointments and hurts. Maybe you've tried to set out and do something and something stopped you, so at this point you don't want to do anything again. There are those people out there. It says disappointment is the gap between expectation and reality. What we expect to get and then all of a sudden what actually happens sometimes are two different things. We might set out expecting that we can, start working out and lose a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time, and then all of a sudden it doesn't happen, so therefore we're like, this is stupid, I'm not going to do it anymore. So it may be like past hurts, past disappointments. It may just be that your expectation of what's going to happen and then reality isn't necessarily there, and then you're like, well, I don't want to do this. Number 3, some people get in the habit of settling for average, and we just call the enemy average. A columnist, it says Maureen Dowd, the minute you settle for less than you deserve, you get even less than you settle for. That's kind of strong. Kenneth Hildebrand said, the poorest of all men is not the one with only a nickel to his name. He said that's the fellow without a dream. He is like a ship made for a mighty ocean, but trying to navigate in a mill pond. He has no far port to reach, no lifting horizon, no precious cargo to carry. His hours are absorbed by his routine and his petty tyrannies. Small wonder if he gets dissatisfied, questions, or quarrelsome and fed up. One of the greatest tragedies of a person is with a 10 by 12 capacity and a 2 by 4 soul. People just don't set out to do anything. and that's a problem. Number 4, some people just lack the confidence. They need to actually pursue their dreams. They just need, a lot of people will say this to me. They'll say, well, I need help. Can you keep me on track? And the answer to that is no. You need to keep yourself on track. It takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to somebody else, and that actually comes from Irma Brombach. It does take a lot of courage to step out and say, hey, look, I'm going to go accomplish this. Are you ready to put your dream to the test? Okay. You may be saying to yourself, I've got a dream I think it's worth pursuing, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to run through the questions real quick, and then we're going to go through the first chapter. Here's the questions. The first one is the ownership question. Is my dream really my dream? We're going to talk about that today. 2, the clarity question. Do I clearly see my dream? And this is a problem for a lot of people. They kind of know, but they don't. It's kind of more of a wish or a hope. The reality question. Am I depending on factors within my control to actually achieve my dream? Some people's dream is like, I'm going to convince that person to do something. And I'm like, that's tough. Number 4, the passion question. Does my dream compel me to follow it? 4, the passion question. Does my dream compel me to follow it? 5 is the pathway question. Do I have a strategy? A lot of people don't have a strategy. Number 6, the people. Have I included the people that I need to actually realize my dream? Number 7, the cost. Am I willing to pay the price? Number 8, the tenacity. Am I moving closer? I like to call it the tracking one. Am I actually moving closer? Because a lot of people are very close to their dream. They don't know. Number 9, the fulfillment. Does working towards my dream bring satisfaction? And then number 10, the significant. Does my dream benefit others, or is it just kind of self-fulfilling to myself? What we're going to do is explore each one of these. So let's start off with chapter number 1. The ownership question. Is my dream really my dream? And this comes from T.S. Eliot. Whatever you think, be sure it is what you think. Whatever you want, be sure it is what you want. Whatever you feel, be sure it is what you feel. What is he really saying? Stop living for others. Stop letting other people determine what you're doing and what you're not. It says when it's somebody else's dream, you will not have the right fit. But when it's your dream, it'll feel right. When it's somebody else's dream, it will weigh on your shoulders. But when it's your dream, it will actually provide wings to basically keep you going. When it's somebody else's dream, it'll drain your energy. We've all been there. But when it's your dream, it'll actually propel you forward and give you the fire. If it's somebody else's dream, it'll really put you to sleep. If it's your dream, it'll keep you up all night. If it's somebody else's dream, it'll take a lot out of your strength zone. It'll take you actually out of your strength zone into areas that you really aren't that talented in. If it's your dream, it'll take you out of your comfort zone. It'll make you do some things beyond what you thought you could do. If it's somebody else's dream, it'll be fulfilling to others. If it's your dream, it'll be fulfilling to you. If it's somebody else's dream, it'll require others to make you do it, keep you on track. If it's your dream, you kind of feel that you're made to do it. How to take ownership of the dream. The number 1 is you have to be willing to bet on yourself. And if you're not willing to bet on yourself, you're in trouble. You may succeed if nobody else believes in you, but you'll never succeed if you actually physically don't believe in yourself. Belief, what we believe is how we act. A healthy self-worth creates a wealthy net worth. That's actually unknown, but good statement. And I'm going to ask you guys a question. What we believe is what we do. That's how we act. And I'm going to ask you a question right now. In the background, do you hear country music? It's not a trick question. It's yes or no. Do you hear country music right now? And most people would say, no, I don't hear country music. I can sing it to you, but you won't want me to. But do you hear country music? Most people are like, no, I don't hear country music. Don't hear country. I mean, unless you're playing it in the background, right? But you don't hear it in this video. There's no country music in the background. So country music really isn't playing in the background right now. But let me ask you this question. If I brought a radio in here and I set the tune to a country station, would country music come from the radio? And the answer is yes. So is country music playing in the room right now? Well, technically, yeah, it is. We just can't hear it because we don't have the device to hear it from, but it's actually playing. And that has a lot to do with the belief you have about what's going on. You might believe you can't do it. You might believe that country music isn't really playing. But it may take a device, it may take a tool, it may take an individual, it may take going through this to actually see that you can actually accomplish your dream. And it is true, and you can do it. Number 2, lead your life instead of accepting your life. Some people just accept where they're at, and they're like, look, I came from modest means, I came from a town where nothing's going on, I came from people that aren't doing well. And some people repeat things to themselves. They say, hey, look, nobody from this town has ever made money. Nobody from my family has ever made money. And if you believe that, you're basically telling yourself that you'll never make money. Choosing to lead your life and not accept it is critical to owning your dream. This actually comes from Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel, wrote in The Soul of Fire that when you die and you go to meet your maker, you're not going to be asked why you didn't become a Messiah or why didn't you find the cure for cancer. All you're going to be asked is why didn't you become you? Why didn't you become all that you could be? Reaching your God-given potential requires taking responsibility for yourself and your life. It means taking an active leadership role with yourself. Leading your life requires making the right decisions and then managing those decisions daily. First of all, you have to make the decision, and then you have to manage those decisions daily. And you're probably not going to do that without a system, by the way. Finding the right dream and then manage it daily. Number 3, love what you do and do what you love. Former chairman CEO of Hewlett-Packard advises, love what you do or don't do it. Don't make a choice of any kind, whether it's a career in life, just because it pleases others, or because it, ranks higher on somebody else's scale of achievement. A lot of people go after trying to please others. Make the choice to do something because it engages your heart as well as your mind. Make the choice because it engages you. And he kind of has this formula. Talent without passion equals potential without possibility. Passion without talent equals passion without potential. Talent with passion equals potential with passion. So what does all that mean? You got to have it in the right order. So number 4, don't compare yourself or your dream to others. A lot of people say, well, my sister hasn't done it, my brother hasn't done it, my friend hasn't done it. So what? At one point, nobody had climbed Mount Everest. At one point, nobody had swam the English Channel. At one point, nobody had ran under 4-minute mile. At one point. And then somebody did. So there's nothing stopping saying you can't. Author Joyce Meyer states, God will help you be all you can be, but he'll never help you be somebody else. I was going to make a really bad statement, and I'll keep that one to myself. If you want to know, just ask me in the comments, or not in the comments, but you'll have to text me personally, and then I'll tell you what I just thought. If you focus too much attention on who you aren't, by comparing yourself to someone else, you'll lose sight of who you need to become to accomplish your dream. And Maxwell actually in his study here talked about the 18-40-60 rule, and this is actually really funny. He said when you're 18, you worry about what everybody else is thinking. Your constant thought is, oh my gosh, what are they thinking about what I dress like? What are they thinking about what I did? What do they think about the choice I made? He goes, but when you're 40, you don't give a damn about what anybody thinks of you. And when you're 60, what you realize is nobody was thinking about you to begin with. They were thinking about them. And that's actually true. Everybody is more interested in what they're thinking on the inside than they're thinking about anybody else. Here's a note. When you compare yourself to those superior, you feel inferior. But when you compare yourself to those inferior, you feel superior. But when you stop comparing yourself to others, you feel empowered. And that's what helps you concentrate on your dream. Number 5, believe in your vision for your future, even when others don't understand you or understand where you're going. Not everybody's going to understand what you want. You might say, hey, I want more. I need more than average. I have a nice car. I have a great life. I live in a good neighborhood, but I want more. I want to do something more. And it doesn't mean necessarily having tangible things. Sometimes it can be, I want a new career. I want something that challenges me. I want something that, I want something that I can do, because some people want things that they can't do. I want something that I can do. Number two, I want something that I'm actually great at. Not good, but great. And what I mean by great is you're not the best necessarily. You don't have to be the best at something, but you're at least in the top 10%. It's something I can do, something that I'm good at, something that I can be in the top 10%, something I can be great at. And then there's something that's fulfilling. That's different for everybody. You have to find out what fulfills you. And then last, something that is significant or something for the greater good. If it fits all four of those, then you're kind of on track. Okay, it's something I can do. It's something that I'm good at. I can come in at the top 10%. It's something that is fulfilling to me. I'll go and want to do it. And then number four, it's something that's part of the greater good that actually helps more than just myself. It contributes in life, helping people. To me, that makes a big difference, when I learned that. Journalist Anna Quindlen, if I said it wrong, I apologize, who won the Pulitzer Prize in 1992, had a dream in her heart and a vision for the future that took her down a road that others just couldn't understand. As she addressed a class of 2002 at Sarah Lawrence College, she explained, "When I quit the New York Times to be a full-time mother, the voices of the world said I was nuts. When I quit the paper again to be a novelist, they said I was crazy. But if success is not your own terms, if it looks good to the rest of the world but feels bad to your soul, you're really not a success at all." This goes back to John. John says, God put a dream inside you. It's yours and nobody else's. It declares your uniqueness. So it actually is going to take you to accomplish that dream. Only you. When you see it, when you feel it, when you hear it, and you're able to write it down, you know it's yours. Nobody else can kind of achieve that dream specifically, because it's going to take certain people out of your life to do it. It holds your potential. Only you can birth it, only you can live it, not to just discover it, but to take responsibility for it and act upon it regardless of the negative people. Talks about a poet. When you are in your twilight years and you're looking back at your life, you will sense that you lived a life to the fullest, striving to fulfill your purpose and realize your dream. Or you will feel that you've lived merely to fulfill the experiences of your parents, spouse, friends, or others. What will you have done with this gift of life? If you think that question will be important then, it should be important now. The first step to being able to answer it is to take ownership of your dream and prepare to start moving forward. So guys, that's chapter 1. Look for the next video, jump on, watch it. If you don't have a dream and you haven't really defined what you're actually going after and what you want, start with the first 10 videos that I've actually done about how to actually build 100 dreams on a list, and then narrow it down to your top 5 and actually come up with your dreams list for the next 5 years. Then we're going to put it to the test. Thanks guys for watching. Go ahead and throw me a comment, a like, or a share if anybody else you know needs to see this. Thanks.